Good morning. Good morning. I have Mitch set up. We've got Discord done. I really need to just make a checklist for this. All right, let's get to it. We're going to be changing this a bit. Mr. Bebot very kindly took the example that we put together yesterday, got it working with Mini Flare. That's a really cool thing. Great sort of conversation with him, and they gave me some updates. So we'll go through, incorporate these. I've already downloaded some of them. It doesn't quite address all of the concerns we have between like production mode versus not, development versus production. How do we do minification, etc. So we're going to be adding those little bits. Rebot quite a bit for us. Thank you, Mr. Rebot. First, right directory. Graph. What's this one? Let's just close that one. Yeah. Edit in the workspace. Oh, I'm sorry. I've got the. Normally, I have the background music about there, and you're right. My mic is turned down. How about that? Is that all right? Thank you for pointing that out, Graticos. Thank you. Yep, I really appreciate that. I absolutely forgot that the music was on today. All right. And thank you again for pointing that out. Feedback is always good because I can't see or hear myself. All right. So we are going to start with the entry point, the Wrangler file. And for us, it's the template. Okay. Now, I wish that I had the coloring on this. Let's Was it not going to do it? Fine. Just, there we go. Okay. Looks like I already made some changes in this file. But we're actually switching main from being the shim file, the shim.js, to the index.js file. Is Mr. Bebop was able to get this working with ESBuild and not needing that extra layer, which is fantastic. Because we were just duplicating things one to the next. Let me just double check. Config file should point to index.mjs. I think it's supposed to be that. Okay, so the three changes. We're actually just going to be calling nodes straight off, which is perfect. Remember before we had to do all this crazy stuff to, actually we still have some of it. These things, so that Webpack could actually start node and do other things using these files here. But now that we're calling node directly, later we can actually pass like those experimental flags that we need to straight to node. Let's say we wanted to use the intrinsics, and do that right here. Enable those experimental flags. All right. Now this here, what do I have? Now we're going to look at the build.js file. We have the entry point here, out directory, etc. And then Mr. Bebop built this for us, and we have the out path here. So if we look through this, I'm training this again. Oh, I wanted to hear this song. It's not a thumbs down. Just gonna skip it for now. This is the surprise me station, so it's gonna surprise us. We spawn WASM pack. So where previously we had these things in the Webpack config with the param sent here, right? Now we need to be able to do the same sort of thing where we differentiate between normal mode and other mode, right? Here. And as you can see, we're actually doing both for release and development. So maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to use just one. I think we want this here. Hey, Dad, what's that? How you doing? But we can add some more there as needed. And then here, this large section here, find the output file, bundle, minify. Everything looks good in there. Here's our plugin, WASM, whatever, we could call it whatever. Arg's name, WASM stub. If we've imported this from the WASM stub namespace, mark it as external. Okay, otherwise, put it in the WASM stub namespace for the onload rule. I wonder if he grabbed this from somewhere online. He didn't say that, but I wanted to see if this is from somewhere. Doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. Northland. We've got DAW files. And just for reference, got a bunch of commands in there. All right. So then on load, we end up doing this other thing where we're filtering. Let's see, if we're loading anything in the WASM stub namespace, right? So anything in there that's in this namespace, I have no idea how ES build works. So I'm just trying to absorb some of this. All right, so this looks like an object with some properties there. Okay. So if it matches that, and this gets called, we end up getting our args. Okay. Copy the WASM file to the output directory. Now, what is it doing here? Build the stub module. Oh, I got a little copilot. All right. Import WASM from that. Import star as JS. Oh, interesting. We could set the memory higher. I wonder what this initial memory is actually for. Because if we could keep this from having to resize its memory, that could help. All right. Initial. All right. Now what are the units on these? Oh, are these pages? The following snippet creates a new WebAssembly memory instance with an initial size of 10 pages. So we did 512 pages. All right, and a page is 64K. 512 times 64. So it's 32 megs. Oh, that should be fine. Well, that's neat. Okay. See, I don't think that we actually need that much memory. If we go and look at some of the stuff we've been doing with Cloudflare, it's, where is it? Back in here. Workers, I think they tell us what our like max memory usage is. See, and that's odd that we ended up going so high with that. Oh, hey, the id of Alan, how you doing? I think we're gonna bump this down a little bit. This 32 megs might be too much. I'm thinking maybe 8. So maybe a quarter of that? 128 pages? Oh, doing well, doing well. We are evicting Webpack. So it's always a joyous day. All right. think that's all we want there. I mean, we could even go lower on this, but we just want to match that correctly. Let's see what would here. What was that again? 128 times 64. Yeah, that's 8 megs. I think that's perfect for what we want here. So in the V8 instance, we're gonna have 8 megs minimum of memory for Rust, right? And then 120 megs on top of that for JavaScript. So we don't want to blow it out. I think 8's gonna be enough for this. Let's double it. 256. And double it. Okay. So there's our build file. There's a couple things that we should do. Haven't done yet. Maybe we should mark those. There's our args here. Fix me. Add release versus dev args. Okay, I think that's it. Okay. Now if we edit, was it mimeograph Wrangler Mr. Halsey? Because we already have this environment set up, I'm just gonna manually modify this. So this looks like what it should be. That becomes index.mjs. Same with this other main. And then the command. That looks good. All right. So we should be able to just build it now. Let's try that. Oh. Yes, that's completely wrong. Because we're not doing npm run anymore. Huh. Let's change that. So in package.json, we have these here. Webpack, Webpack. Do we just get rid of these now? I don't think we need that, do we? Huh. Because we used to call Webpack in order to call Wrangler. Yes, yes. MJS, those are modules, ECMAScript modules. So we're going to get rid of that there. I'm going to leave this as some little vestige of something that we found one time. Okay, but we got rid of the other pieces. Let's go to build.sh. I think we're just going to remove this. Well, it's either that or see, that's it. This is the other thing that we had been doing was creating the directory and removing the output. Just go ahead and remove that. Yeah, that's gone, that's gone. What other scripts do we have here? Create, delete, dev, publish. Okay, publish is kind of our build, but it also uploads it. Oh, that and here, the font size is a little small today. There we go. Try to keep this large enough that somebody on mobile could see it. think one of the hardest things to do for this, for streaming, was learning not to jump around so quickly. I still do that sometimes. So, all right. Let's try and run publish. Oh, that seemed very quick. Yeah, the WASM was mostly done compiling. That was quick. And supposedly it worked. Let's check it out. Good. Not found. Admin. We're logged in. Log out. Nice. Same size there. This is a little smaller, actually. We have less here. Morning, Xenocron. How you doing? All right. I'm doing well. We have just gotten rid of Webpack during our build process. We now need to delete it from here. Goodbye, Webpack. Webpack CLI. Anything else? We don't need this WASM pack plugin or this plugin, right? Those are gone. File loader. Those are gone. These here. That's for our other build, for the TypeScript stuff. That is so much better. So much better. Here, we are going to expunge that from our node modules. Oh, actually, we could do a npm CI. Now it's gone. Oh, that feels so good. All right. What's the current state of npm versus yarn? I think they're kind of head and head. They're like neck and neck. For a little bit, I preferred yarn over npm because of the deterministic builds, right? But because of that, npm thought, oh, you know what? Deterministic builds sounds kind of good. So they fixed their system, and now they both have deterministic builds. So now it's just one or the other, and there's no more monopoly, which is good. Competition's always good. Okay. Let's see. Oh, that's right. And we have the okay, we've got that. Now let's do a tail. And tail is so much faster to connect to. Look at that. Okay. Let's try that. Boom. There it is. Good. Okay. You switch back to yarn. Back in the day, I never looked back. Yarn 2 PNP is an opt-out feature. What's PNP? Yarn 2 PNP? I haven't heard of that. And now we're going to try using mini flare. And then we're going to get mini flare working. And install inside of a single JS file? What? Why? Oh, you know what? Forgot. There we go. What? Why would they do that? I mean, what's the reasoning behind it? So that works. Now we need mini flare to run. Wrangler config. That's going to be Wrangler. What was the space there? And then there's a whole bunch of extra stuff, right? But I just wanted to have that running. And it works. Look at that. Okay, now if we reload there, we still get not found. But if we go to login, that's going to fail because we don't have any of our KV stuff inserted into this. The PNP CJS is supposed to be committed to version control. Look at that. Okay, as somebody who's done a lot of build stuff over my years, I like the idea of that because being able to reproduce a build can be very difficult as things age. So having all of those dependencies committed to VCS, that's actually pretty nice. But I don't see why you just wouldn't include the node modules, right? Like, why is node modules worse than pnp.cjs, right? This smells funny. Okay. So there's mini flare, and I think this is actually gonna apparently reducing I/O and avoiding installs. But if you just commit the whole thing, you didn't. Is there really that much I/O? Maybe that's a symptom of a bigger problem. Why don't they just have one pnp.cjs per module? That would be kind of cool. Can you imagine that? A pnp.cjs per dependency? I just bundle each one up. All right. So we're going to, yes, keep that. This all changed. Oh, I didn't show you this piece. But yeah, this also changed in that we just export this object here and export these. So we have our default export and our durable object exports. So that's all there. Include that. This should be getting rid of Where's all of the red? There should be red in there. I don't see the red in there. I still see. Hmm. You release a package, you should only distribute a single bundle file. Because I know that there's different ways, because you might need to target different things, like right, like CMJ or MJS or whatever, right? Hmm. I see. So they're trying to attack a much bigger problem, but it seems like they're trying to attack it from the tail end. Yeah, because if all the bundlers just emitted those 3 or 4 different files, three files, and that was it, right? Job's done. But they don't. They include a lot of extra garbage in them. Because some actually include like CSS and images and assets, and it's a bigger issue. Yeah, that looks good. Those changes look good, but this here doesn't look good. Something feels wrong. There we go. Much better. Now we see the red. Oh, look at all that red. Okay. Oops, forgot to add that. Hmm. Okay. So what's next? Now we need to get the rest of the setup working, because we have all these other scripts, right? Basically our upload system isn't set up to work with MiniFlare. So we have to change this so that we can upload to either Cloudflare or MiniFlare. So MiniFlare had some documentation on this. Here. Hmm. It's funny, I actually got rid of the dark viewer. I disabled it. So I'm always looking for those now. Um, but the problem that I was having with it was that it caused my laptop to heat up, because Firefox ended up using a lot more CPU usage. And this summer, it's been rather hot in the office. I don't have any air conditioning or anything like that. And that heat wave was just horrid. So the difference between dark viewer and not was my laptop's fans continuously being on. So we have to go look at KV here. So we can define namespaces, stuff like that. Let's create another dev script though. Here. Because here we have dev.sh, dev mimeograph, and delete env dot whatever. But in here, maybe we should rename this one to dev.cf. So we have CF and MF, MiniFlare and Cloudflare. So this is going to be MiniFlare. Wrangler env, Wrangler config, modules. What are the options here? So we just got toss those in there. We need that. We need modules. Command to build the project. Yes, we'll want that. Okay. We want KV and KV persist. Verbal object persist? Probably. All right, so just a couple things. Modules, need to make sure that's in there, and it is. Build command. Node. Build.shjs development. Okay. I don't know about this. We have too many directories to watch. Here, watch. AV persist. Does it do that? Okay. Anything else? Huh. Oh, we could set up an environment variable. That is... How do we deal with secrets? Because we're going to need secrets. All right, so we're going to need that as well. Let's call that .env miniflare. I wonder what the format is for that. Okay, so first, variables and secrets. env files, here we go. And it feels like maybe we should be using the miniflare object, like just having some sort of script that we run with Node instead of running it via the command line. Oh, then you can put it in the wrangler.toml file. So it's just key and value. And so I just don't want to include it on the wrangler.toml file. So let's create one. Let's look at our create env script. So we end up doing a couple of things here. Create a new config file. Set up our durable objects. No, our KV namespaces. Durable object. Here. This. So we need to take this and put it. Okay, so we'll take that. We'll just generate that. This is our super secret key for development. Okay. But what's the name for this? Auth key? Okay. Oh, was it a colon? Is this toml file? Nope, equals. Okay. All right, so we have that. Now, what else do we need? Do we have any other variables? I don't think we do, but let's double check. That would be in our Wrangler file. Here, we have namespaces. I don't see variables anywhere. Yeah, no variables. Okay. So that's good. We have that. Let's make sure that works. Was it dev mini flare? No. We do not need the environment for this. Oh, we do. Depending on the fine. Okay. That appears to work. Next, evaluate cache. All right. So how do we import stuff? Persistence, by default, it's stored in memory. So whenever you shut it down, it goes away. Fine. But for us, we're going to need something a little extra. And it's neat that you can store all this in Redis too. All right, but manipulating outside workers. For testing, it can be useful to put and get data from KV outside a worker. You can do this with the KV namespace method. So you get the KV namespace and you put stuff into it. So we need to do that. What's going on here? What are they doing? Oh, they're interacting with some script. Huh. What if? Yeah, I'm trying to figure out, is there a way to do this? When we kind of wire it into our other system? So we create a new mini flare. So the problem is now I have this mini flare object, right? And all of the config for it is different. It's wrong. Well, it's baked into a command line argument. Right. So these namespaces here. All right, let's build up a script that imports this. This we do not need. Modules, yeah, we'll need that. I wonder if we need this as, so we just need the namespaces, right? We just need a mini flare instance with the namespaces, like for importing stuff. We could care less if the durable objects were there, if the config was consistent with everything else. All we care about for importing these things is the namespaces. Let's create basically one of these. We're going to pass in the namespace and everything. Rid of that. How do you get arguments from this? I never do node stuff. It's env dot. I don't know. Box. Sure. Whatever. Don't care. Mainline options. Nope. Oh no. Process. That's it. It's process args. Do we have to import? This is an array, so we should be able to say dot length. We'll do a little check on this. If it's empty or not equal to 3, Then we'll print out usage. Is there like a, do we use console log here or do we use like a print? More water. All right. Like, namespace. Key and then value. No, path. File. Something like that. All right. Const namespace is equal to process. This is super cheap and quick. Now we have path. Oops. Yeah. File name. Okay, so we have the namespace, the path, the file name. And let's create one of these. Modules true. I don't, why do we even need modules? We just want to create one. With persistence. How do we create one with persistence? Yeah, KV persist true. Okay. Namespace. We'll have path here. And then file contents. How do we load up a file here? It's FS file system. I just want to load. There we go. Read file. Wow, there's quite a bit here. What's the difference between these? Asynchronously reads the entire contents of a file. And read file sync returns the contents of the path. Okay, just do that. And what do we have to import for this? FS? Is FS available just normally? We'll have const file contents equal to fs.read file sync. Change that to file path. All right, that might work. Who knows? Except for this here, can we do that like that? All right, let's check. What are we going to upload into Miniflare? What's our namespaces? Pages. Let's create the login page. And we need a path login.json. Now our path to it is going to be pages login.json. Not use import statements outside of a module. Do we just rename that then? Oh, because it's not a dependency. npm. Yes, today we do have music. So please use those skip and thumbs up points. And our viewership, is at an all-time low. We're like 5. I don't know if it's the music or the content. Hope it's just the content. Just thought it was funny. What is it? Mini flare? Oh, people were offended by the Webpack bit. We can't I'm not here for Yeah, I'm not gonna hide my opinions on Webpack. I have spent too many weeks being frustrated with Webpack. All right. Let's try again. Oh. Length is not a function. Of course not. Okay, so now we have to import that. What do we import that from? JS is great. JavaScript, Node.js, import FS. I don't even know where to begin on this. Import stars fs from sfs. Huh. All right, no named exports, fine. Guess we could just do read file sync. Although I like to have the module on there. Pages, login. See, that exists. So is it the path? Yeah, let's comment this out. Okay, it's not that. It must be the file contents. Oh. So this here is having an issue. Can we do this here? Oh, it's pages. Oh, am I off by one? 1, 2, 3. There we go. Log into, okay, good. No such file or directory. Open login.json. What? The first two arguments are node in the JS full path. So args usually, oh. You? Off by 2. Oh, that's still wrong. Hold on. Oh, because we're not using args. Doesn't like return? What we have to use what? Exit or something? Return 0? Are they expecting a number? Oh, process.exit? Ew. Okay. Whatever. All right, so pages slash login.json. Now we're getting some other no such file or directory shim.js. What? What is going on with this? Why the shim.mjs? Because Miniflare by default wants shim.mjs? Because we don't care. Not at this point. It's basically we have to give it the entry point. So what is the entry point? Is it in modules? Here. Yeah, we know about this. But basically, it's falling back to the default. I don't know if there are cases where the first two arguments aren't node file. Huh. Oh, interesting. Let's do 4. That's neat. It's just env. Module support requires a experimental modules flag? Really? Okay, so just to play along. All right, and we should have some. Look at that. We have a .mf directory now. AV pages. Oh, look at that. That's the file. Okay. We could just copy them. It would be easier to copy them to that directory. Is there anything extra in there? No. Be faster too. Yeah, we're just gonna copy them. So silly. I'm just gonna modify the upload scripts to copy as well, because we're just gonna trash this. I don't think there's anything we can get out of this. Upload does 4 things: pages, settings, statics, and an icon. So let's upload. Let's do the pages first. Upload pages. So here we're doing the KV stuff, right? And this is usually what you want. You want to have, both kind of in sync. I don't know. Do we want them in sync? You might just want to upload them to Mini Flare, huh? Oh, that's tricky. Or, well, let's just... This is silly. Let's create a new script. All right. There is no environment, right? Because they all share the same KV. I guess we could give them a different path, but I don't know if that would be useful for local development. So we're going to skip that until later. So we're going to something like this, copy that, paste that over there, save. Oh, and thank you. Let's see. Kushri 3541. Thank you for that follow. So now in this case, so this is everything in pages, right? And we're just going to copy them. Do I still have that? Yes, we do. Copy. File. To have an underscore at the beginning. What are we doing? We are currently working on a project that we call mimeograph. Mimeograph is, let's say, a WordPress replacement. So here's a little elevator pitch. And right now we're trying to, there's this cool tool out there, there's a really cool tool called Mini Flare that is designed to let you run a Cloudflare worker-like environment on your dev box. So you're not constantly uploading like scripts to Cloudflare just to test them out. So we're setting that up locally to increase our dev speed, our velocity. So we're going to copy that copy that file to here. And this is, why do we have the path? So in this, and right now what we're trying to do is mimic what we were doing with Cloudflare, their actual Cloudflare stuff. And that we had been uploading assets directly to Cloudflare, but now we need to kind of front load them into Mini Flare as well. It looks like they have this underscore there. So when we imported that, it ended up there. So we could, I don't know why we need to strip the file base off. They're all JSON files. Huh. I feel like I'm missing something. Is the path. We end up swapping the dots for a slash, right? So it feels like we're missing the path here. And then the file. which does not need to have this stripped off. Right? Oh, but that wants that. Hey, JB Pratt, how you doing? All right, I'm gonna get it working just with this here. Get rid of that. All right, let's just see if that works. SH. Upload. We have to change the permissions. Okay, the path. Let's see. No such file or directory. What are we doing here? And that doesn't work? Oh, because that, yes. Pages slash file to that other location. That. Oh, that looks more correct. Okay. Now I'm going to be fairly lazy with this because I just want to make progress. We have settings, statics, and icons. Now, settings. Basically, exactly the same thing. Yeah. Let's come back here. I don't care. Let's just get through it. Oh, statics? Okay. And icons. Done. Yep. That could be drier. Okay. Oh, and need to remove these echoes. There we go. Nice and quick. Oh, fd.mf slash. There we go. So now we can see everything's been uploaded. Uploaded. Let's try to run this now. Reload. Not found. Oh, that's a bummer. Slash admin. Page not found. Why not? Oh, this is one of the things I'm looking forward to most. Being able to debug things more easily. Be magic. Okay. So where's that happening? That's in lib here. No, it's going to be in pages. It's coming through here. We're going to be loading it up from the template directly. I expect it's actually a little better now because of the, they just released an enhanced tail, which is supposed to be much, much better than before. So I haven't actually used it yet. Like not to any, I don't know, not to solve anything, but I'm looking forward to that. Actually kill that. All right. But this might be just that much quicker. Let's see. We're going to try to get the, well, let's make a change. This is going to be going to our durable object page thing, right? And inside of here, we have this get function. So when we're trying to get a durable object, we make a request to it, or a page. I did this all wrong. We're not going to a durable object. We're going to a key value entry. And just a pro with Cloud for products now. uh, with one little piece. Code written wrong? No. I was going to the wrong place. Yeah, it's not the code. It's me. It's not the code. So we are supposed to be going to Cloudflare pages here, load the KV, render the template, right? But here in this load KV fetch, this here. So we're supposed to be getting something back from that. KV never fails. Yep. Get with options. So at this point, we should be able to log that JS value. Oh, look at that. It kicked off a build. This might be good for us. Might be really good. Reloaded everything. Okay. Refresh. Hey, oh, error. Page not found. Look at that. Result null. Oh, that's nice. That was quick. That was quick. So, question then. Did we miss something? Is there something else we're missing? Like, a file that keeps track of these things? Oh, the metadata. We didn't create the metadata. What is this? Ah. Okay. All right. That that seems very useless. Huh. All right. So, I mean, isn't this information coded in the fact that the file exists to begin with? So couldn't you just have an empty one with an empty object? It's like the philosophers thing, right? For a long time, philosophers would sit around trying to come up with the ultimate truth, right? And then they'd say there is one ultimate truth, and then they'd go on to explain what it is. But the fact that there was one ultimate truth was not the ultimate truth, right? Because you need to say there's actually two ultimate truths. The fact that there's two, and then whatever the one is, right? All right, so let's go edit that upload. Was there upload? Echo. Something like that. Oh, how do we do this in Bash? Uh, gross. Yeah, it's gonna be like that to where? It's gonna be right next to it. Why are these? Oh, okay. So whatever .meta.json. We could save that to some. Hey, how's it going, dude? Yep. And this is gonna have to be what? It's file base. All right. I escaped one too many strings. There we go. Something like that. Settings. Statics. Grab the whole line. Icons. And wait, did I do four? One, two, three. Oh, I missed one. Pages. Is that going to work? Let's find out. Kill that. Upload. Does this look good? Yeah, that looks all right. Done. I did that on accident, by the way. Accident, not accident. Accident. All right. Still a 404. I wonder, did we? Let's see. And what about login? What did login get? Key login.js. Pages login. Here, let's use some get foo. Gonna keep that. And just for fun, because it'll make it easier comparing these things, I'm just gonna hit enter on that. Okay. Now what we're gonna do is the previous one where we ran node to import this. I want to import that using the previous one that uses miniflare. It uses miniflare. Just went through the trouble of setting up all of our rescripts tooling only to find out it doesn't include a testing framework. All right, let's go back here. AV. Who needs tests anyways? That's right, Xenocron. You finally come to the light. Finally. Ooh. Oh, that's funny, dude. Singing in the shower is all fun and games until you get shampoo in your mouth, and it becomes a soap opera. Got this open today. All right. Let's do one other. Let's say, what else is in pages? Error. Oh, error. Okay, and let's see this. Oh, I just don't push it. So, well, I want to see the diff. I want to see the diff between these two things. So here, wait, why was that not created before? Should not have already been there? Why is it untracked? That should have been there, right? What's in there? Li dot. I mean, maybe this is why. KV pages. Oh, those are directories? My script has one. So if we look at test, right? Test has the underscore test inside of it. So there's one too many layers. And where is that? That's the path here. Why is path actually need that there? Why? See, admin is also going to have setup and users and other things. So part of it needs to be there. Yeah, this admin.json should be one level up. And if we look at, hold on, let's look at setup. That has admin.setup.json, which is also wrong. Oh, and thank you for the follow. Scotling, 108, thank you. All right. So yes, we have issues. Thought I could do that just quick little copy paste. That doesn't map right. Oh, and it's even okay. So to explain it a little bit, admin.json should exist at the top level, right? It should be /admin, right? Admin setup, sure, should be /admin/setup. That's where I want it. Right, but the file name is admin.setup.json. So really we should be stripping off this section here, putting it in there. All right. So if we were to fix that, AV pages, I just want to go to admin. All right. Just trying to see if we did put those in the right place, would it do the right thing? Ah, look at that. We did get a result. We got null and then something else. I think this is the favicon, probably the favicon. But in this case, we did get the result, but it still resulted in a page not found because of the defaults, the settings, the statics, settings, site config, yeah. Okay. Reload again. And restart it. What if it keeps like a little index of these things? That's starting up very quick. Very happy with that. Hmm. So we're still getting page not found. You have cat alias to it? Nice. Nice. Wonder if, is that correct? Site course. I mean, this actually looks correct. I think that's what it's trying to load up inside of settings, site config. It might not actually want the slash though. Pages, load KV. Ah, site config. Oh, is that why it can't? Hold a sec. Yeah, I don't think I actually know enough. Because this here, this is supposed to be uploaded slightly different. So in settings, we don't include this slash. Yeah, there's no slash in front of that. Come on. All right. So we have to get rid of that slash right there. Okay. So while that's there, you use scat. That means so much. uh, I didn't even know there was a tool called scat. Still page not found. Why? I think we have it in the right location. Yeah, that looks normal. Oh, you. All right. So my homework is to make this upload tool actually work. I'll do that off screen. Because I think I'll just do that probably at lunch today. And then we'll be able to get going with the rest of this tomorrow. I look forward to having the better logging. That's going to be cool. It's going to be really nice. And faster iteration times with this. We're going to have to figure out how to wire up the rest of our build system. Because it's not all there. We might be able to wire up both of them. The other thing that we are using is Swift.rs for our TypeScript compilation. So we'll have to look at the docs on this to see, because we are using SPAC here. Well, to see if we can kind of incorporate these. This is scat programming language. When can we make MySpace? That is on my list. I think we are long overdue for a GeoCities remake. Hmm? Yeah. Yeah. So All right. But we are getting old? No. 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 All right, we're gonna raid toggle bit. Well, I am so glad we have Webpack out. That is so much better. I think this is gonna be nice. It'll be really nice. So, till next time, y'all. Bye bye.